Welcome back, students. Now that we have derived all the three equations of motions, I thought we'll just try out a few more numerical problems. So are you ready? Shall we start? As usual, I will read out the question for you. A bus accelerates uniformly from 54 km per hour to 72 km per hour in 10 seconds. Calculate the acceleration as well as the distance covered by the bus in this interval. So we have to calculate two things here. First, we have to calculate the acceleration, and secondly, we have to calculate the distance traveled by the bus. So as I told you earlier, we will write down all the three equations of motions here. Okay, so just make a note of all the three, and then we will write all the given quantities. So if you see here, it accelerates uniformly from 54 km per hour to 72 km per hour. So they have given the initial and final velocity. So the initial velocity u is 54 km per hour. If you see, the time is given in seconds, so it's better that we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. So we are going to multiply it using, yes, 5 by 18. Alright, and we know that 18 3s are 54, 3 into 5 is 15. The unit will be meter per second. What about V? V is given as 72 km per hour. So again we are going to convert it into meter per second. We are multiplying by 5 by 18. We know 18 4s are 72. 4 into 5 will be 20 meter per second. So we got the initial velocity and the final velocity, and time is given as 10 seconds. Alright. So what is it we have to calculate? At first we have to calculate acceleration. Alright. So here if you see the first equation of motion, V is given, alright, U is given, A is also given, T is given. So we have to find A now. So if we know V equal to U plus AT. So from this, how do we calculate A? We get it as V minus U by T equal to A. Alright? We are bringing U to the other side. We are also bringing T to the denominator. So we get A equal to V minus U by T. So substitute the values. V is 20. U 15 by time will be 10 seconds. So 5 by 10, 1 by 2, 0.5. We are finding the acceleration, so it is meter per second square. So now we have calculated the acceleration as 0.5 meter per second square. Alright, now I will write A as 0.5 meter per second square. Alright, now we have something more to do. We also have to calculate the distance. So in case we are calculating the distance, then we have to use the second or the third equation, right? So we'll just check with the second equation whether apart from distance all the other quantities are known to us or not. U, yes. T, yes. A, yes. And let's also check the third equation other than S, if everything else is given to us. V, yes. U, S. And A is also there. So we can either use the second equation or we can use the third equation to find the distance. So let us try both. From the second equation we know that S equal to ut plus half at square. U is 15, time is 10 plus a is 0.5, t square is 100. So 15 into 10 is 150 plus, so 50 into 5 is 250. We have to add this decimal, so it becomes 25.0, and 150 plus 25 will be 175. As we are finding the distance, it is 175 meter. So make a note of it. We have found the distance to be 175 meter using the second equation of motion. Now again we are just going to try and find the distance using the third equation. We will verify whether we are getting the same value or not. So we'll write again the third equation, which is v square minus u square equal to 2as. So from this we know that 2as is equal to v square minus u square, and s equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Alright. So s equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Substitute the values now. V square means 20 square, 20 into 20, which is 400, minus u square 15 square, 15 into 15, 225, by 2a, 2 into 0.5, which is 1.0. So 400 minus 225, subtract it and check, you will get it as 175 by 1, which is again 175 meter. So in such cases, you have the option of finding the distance either by using the second equation or by using the third equation. So I hope this is clear to you. So check out your textbook, check out more problems, try solving it. In case you have any clarifications, just let me know. So until the next class, take care and goodbye children. Hello children. Now that we have solved many problems based on equations of motion, shall we try a problem with graph? Shall we try calculating the acceleration of this moving object by using graph? So let me read out the question for you. Velocity time graph of an object is shown. Calculate its acceleration. So everything is specified in the graph itself. This is a velocity time graph. So velocity is represented on the y-axis and time is represented on the x-axis. O is the origin. Velocity, the unit is kilometer per hour, and time hours, and they have not specified to calculate acceleration in meter per second square. So we can calculate it in kilometer per hour square itself. Alright. And they have shown here the line where you can see that there is a constant increase in velocity. Okay, so for convenience, we'll just take the time, the final time as t2, initial time t1, alright. Again final velocity v2 and initial velocity v1. Now do you remember how to calculate acceleration from a velocity time graph? Yes, you are correct. We are going to find the slope of the graph which will help us to calculate the acceleration. So we know that in a velocity time graph, acceleration can be calculated by slope. Okay, so slope is equal to acceleration. So if you see here, the slope is t2 minus t1. Okay, and here v2 minus v1. So v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. Alright, this is the slope. So that you understand, I have just made it as a triangle. Right? So slope is v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. Okay, here the values are the same. So if you see here, what is the value of v2? Check out in y-axis. It is 20. And what is the value of v1? 10. What is the value of t2? 10 and t1 0. So it is 10 by 10, which is 1 kilometer per hour square. Alright. So the acceleration we have calculated using this graph, and the value is 1 kilometer per hour square. Now even if you convert v2 and v1 to meter per second and then calculate the acceleration, that is also correct. This can also be calculated this way. So I hope this problem is clear. So try out more problems. In case you need any clarifications, let me know. Take care and have a nice day, children.